What's the deal, gang? What's up? How's everyone doing? Glad to see everybody here. Happy Sunday. Yes, happy Sunday. Let's get this week underway. Let's see if we can get some positions here and do a giveaway. I want to give away a couple of accounts today. Everybody in here? Yes, everybody in here. Let's clear some of this out. I mean, these are pretty good levels that we had marked up here, right? The daily's closed bullish, and we've gapped massively to the downside, back to the daily support to just push up again. Which is like the last 4-hour closure here of the daily, the previous day. Close above there now. We have a nice hourly level that we're tapping into right now. We got some range to come up here. Let's look at the 15. Okay. Got a little 100 pip range here. All right, did we close? No, we haven't. This is the previous 15. So we're kind of indecisive here. We're very overextended coming up here and very indecisive in terms of, are we going to close above or are we going to close below this 30-minute candle? So we shall wait. We shall wait and see what it does. Does the 15 look like it should bring us down, right? Closing that resistance, but this 30 did not. Joining soon, almost in the cigar lounge. Yes, come through. More people at the Zoom door. Update session trades will do. Okay, this is interesting because I would not mind a strong bearish 30. I believe the next hourly is going to need a bottom wick if we're able to open up with a top wick. But we can come down here, and which would also be the onion here for the 30 and the 15. Oh, look at this 15 flipping. We just need a bottom wick. We got to make sure that this closure is going to have a bottom wick. And I think we should be good to come down here all right off the opening. So we'll look for a top wick. And possible sell here. The 30 is looking decent, but I'd want a bit of a stronger closure down and a wick like we have right now. This though does not promote any kind of confidence. Let's be a little patient here. Good. It would be interesting if this candle can give us a nice bottom wick, especially if we can re-break that previous 30 low and not come back up. There we go. Okay. This is for everyone to try to get ahead of that sell. Just kind of did you dirty right there, huh? This is tough. There's a little bit more waiting involved now. Because the hourly is going to close. We're going to close above the range, but we don't have a bottom wick on that previous hour. We've been just kind of driving up heavy. No structure really formed on a smaller time frame. So I do not want to take a buy here, break the highs, and come right back in range. So I'm going to be a little more careful. Let structure print here. Because technically, right, we can come back to the previous resistance right here. Now we've opened up with a top wick. I don't want this candle to end up looking like this one. Look, no bottom wick straight up, no bottom wick straight up. This can absolutely do that. Especially, right, the daily's bullish, so we don't want to sell there against the daily. And we've broken the previous 4-hour high, so we don't want to sell against that. All right, I think we're better off letting this either top out, pull back, or create some structure. Like, you don't want to guess here. Like, yeah, you can win these levels, but look how good they're drawing. We're seeing a reaction immediately. But tap and immediate stops driving. But you don't want to just blow past this. You don't know what volume you have right now, especially the previous daily close bullish. We're very bullish on every time, from the weekly, right, the daily. 4 hour broke the previous 4 hours, so let it here create resistance that we could trade off of, but let it come back to some supports that already exist, and we'll trade off of them. For now, be patient, my friends. There's also pushing, waiting for a retracement. Yeah, a retracement, a correction, some structure, build a support actually, formed. Wow, we got that level on the dot. You know where I got that level from? That wasn't even a recent level. That was way back here. We drew that off this, right? Off this support, this resistance. And it tapped it on the dot. The levels are fire, right? Levels perfect. On the dot. Week's 9. But it's against structure. Like if this was like, if we were bearish overall, this is the level we came back to. Yeah, we're very, very bullish. I also see last time we've tapped this area. Look at that fucking retracement all the way down. We've come up 500 pips since market open. That's friggin' what? Sorry, 400, 370. More people at the Zoom door. Come in, come in, come in, come in. Usually when we reach levels like this, we don't blow past them through Asian session. Usually we'll see a reaction here. People think we're breaking highs, so you'll see us break highs. A lot of people get in here, and then it spends London session coming back down just to re-break those highs again for New York. So you might see a break of the highs here, but I highly doubt that we're going to see a break of the highs and a continued drive. I believe we'll come back here, right? We'll find a support, and whatever support we find, that's where we're going to drive up off of for the rest of the day throughout maybe London, late London, New York session. But we usually don't smash through levels like this, right? Like a clear rejection area we've pushed to, bounced heavy off of. We usually tap that area and kind of find a range to then eventually break through it. As you're seeing this push up, don't be impulsive like bye. Eventually, yeah. Not yet. Just not yet. More people at the Zoom door. Let me let them in. Yeah, what's up, Rich? What's up, Daniel? Turpy in the building. What's going on? Dude, like Jay? Jay is that? We got like 3 J's in here. The private session. What Jay is that? All-time highs cooking soon? Well, let's look. hate all-time highs. The limit looks good when hour has no bottom wick. Yeah, if we opened up with no bottom wick, but I don't know if we opened up with volume, just continue pushing. Like, look at the last few candles, no bottom wicks, and just continue drive with the last hourly candle. We don't want that here now. It did close above. So we either need to close back below range, or it's going to come, it might come back down, flip, and continue up, or it might just continue up from here. The week just opened, right? There's no clear structure here. We've had, the charts have not printed for a couple of days. My cat died Friday. Friday was a tough day. Yeah. After stream. It was early release for kids, picked up the kids. At home, he wasn't well. He wasn't moving. He was just like peeing and pooping right in his bed where he was laying down. And then I've showed him off on stream before a few times. Like way back in the last 5 years, like 3 years ago, 4 years, like when he was younger. Then yeah, he wasn't moving, so we picked him up, took him to the vet. My girl was holding him. He was just like peeing in her arms. Like she was just driving in the car, and she's like, he's just peeing. He can't move. He's just, and then he started doing all this, like just, and as soon as we walked in, they're like, you want to euthanize him? And then she looks at him. She's like, you don't even have to make that choice. He passed. And he died in my girl's arms while she was carrying him into the vet clinic. Yeah, the kids were with us. Everyone was bawling their eyes out. I told them, I said, he had a dignified life. If anything, we shouldn't be upset about it. We should celebrate it because we saved him from a shelter. We gave him food, water, great food, took care of him, bathed him, had a toilet, had a warm house to sleep in, warm bed, always, he was always comforted. He was always loved. And when he passed, he was surrounded with the entire family, with me, girl, our 3 kids, and I don't think it could have been, like, we understand, like, we're so like, like, why are we surprised when we understand and we know that this has to happen, right? So, and if we're gonna judge it objectively, then like, if there was a way to do it, that was the way to do it. You know what I mean? So no matter like life, there are some parts of life that suck, but there's also the best way to do them well. Yeah. They'll get through it. Interesting rejection here. I wonder if we come back here now, or do we come back down in range? The hourly was a strong candle, but not really a top wick. Just bounced off a higher time frame level, Just celebrate them. That's the best way to honor them. I agree. But, the best way to honor them is while they're alive. I believe the best way to honor anyone is to show your appreciation when they're alive. And I think when they die, you can look back and say, did I honor their life the right way when I walked right beside them? And that goes for anybody. That goes, your pets, your humans, your family members. But your animals, your pets are basically a part of your family. But Like it goes for, yeah, it goes for any species. It goes whether it's your parents, your family members, your friends, or your pets. Like best way to honor them is, you know, show that during their life when, you know, when they're walking beside you. What happened? Nothing. We're getting our first 15-minute closure. I'm also getting, because um it was just my daughter's birthday, and the cat died, and the cat died the day after her birthday, and crazy. My girl's brother passed away the day after my birthday. It's like a good thing and a bad thing. We've been celebrating all at once the last few years. Basically my brother-in-law, and yeah, life is ironic that way. But yeah, or I'm thinking I'm around 9:30, 9:40. I might have to dip. But we'll see where we are. We'll see. Maybe I'll hold off. We'll see where we are in the chats and in the stream and the charts. I got 2 minutes till the first 15 closes. The hourly's done nothing so far. I mean, we've pushed up to resistance, no structure form, right? We haven't broken the lows yet, no bottom wick. We have not come down, no support, which we want to see. Crazy coincidences, yeah. What a push here. Gonna see something like this. What are we gonna see here? This gets a little tough, because if we push down here, we can have sells on the next candle here in about 15 minutes. We get a 30 closure below this low, below 43.93 here. Our issue becomes a stop. Let the Zoom door. See, that pushes back in range just to reflip 30 in the hourly. The hourly's got a top wick now. If we keep pushing and breaking these highs now, this is going to get very difficult to trade tonight. We don't want to trade within here until we get a closure. If we're able to close below, we can definitely trade within here. This might be a sell limit here. Let's get a closure. We might have a sell limit off the next 30, but it just depends how it prints. We want a closure below here. We want a top wick before making a bottom wick. We get a bottom wick first. We're going to hold off till we come up for a top wick and a rebreak out of lows. Another 11 minutes. Be patient. If it comes down here, I mean, we'll find a support. We'll bounce. We'll take a trade off a support. It's all right. Like you want it to print exactly the way you want it to print. We don't want to settle for what the market gives us. We want to be able to take advantage of it on our terms. Got some more people at the Zoom. More people at the door. Coming. Yeah, and in about 40 minutes from now, around 9 p.m. If you're on the YouTube side, just come into the Zoom side so we can do some giveaway. Hold on, don't yell. What kind of tape do you need? Hold on a second. Damn it. Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Yeah, you see how this pushed right back up? Don't be trying to get ahead of the trade. Wait for your closures. You understand it's heavily bullish. The bias is bullish. The daily's closed bullish. The 4 hours broken the previous 4 hour highs. The weekly's bullish. right? You want to trade versus the bias. You need structure. You need a change of structure, right? You're trying to get ahead of the trade down here. You get burned. This is a big reason I said wait for the closure, wait for the confirmation. It costs you nothing to watch it close. It costs you, besides your account and money, it costs you confidence. It costs you, heartache to not watch it close. It's not only money's on the table. Your confidence takes a hit. It sets you back a week, or two. You build it back up. So and time is money. So you're like, from all angles, it's a lose-lose. Even if it drives, it's not something you'll take advantage of every single time, right? So wait, something that you will take advantage of every single time, because that's, you're building structure, something you could repeat day in, day out. Not just structure in the markets, you're building structure in your routine. Just wait for closures. Don't be impulsive, and you'll end up being on the right side of the position. You don't want to be having positions right now anywhere within this area. Don't want to trade on there. Let it rock. We go. Get closures within here. You say to yourself, not this time, gold. Yeah, impulsive moves mess you up, because then you're trailing and then you're kicking yourself, right? Because you understand, while you are doing it, you are understanding in that moment that what you're doing is not a good habit to form, build, encourage to work on. I don't know what's up with Benny. He hasn't really moved. And you're right. You've been kind of leaned down a little bit. There's also not much we can do in this area, right now. It's not enough range to trade, and we're right at these levels, right? We can probably look at these levels now as maybe support and resistance. And here, it's not pretty. You know, we've done pretty well. I think the last 5 is the last 6 Sundays we've had positions. Some nice W's. Pushing up. You had your gladiator candle here, right? Closed you up here. I gotta tell you, gang, this isn't a bad level. If we start pushing up here and closing and holding ranges up here at 04 levels, 94 is a pretty decent level for a limit, or buy limit. Pretty good levels established here. 94, 93, strong levels. Overall, though, we want to go by the most recent price action here. The most recent price action, we've only had the smaller time frame play here, right? So for now, probably this. More people in the Zoom door. Okay, Buzz. Buzz. What's up, Mr. Lightyear? We got 100 seconds here until the 30 closes. What to do? 30. I wonder if we close respecting the 30, because it's not really level on the hourly. Do we close respecting the 30, come back down and break the hourly low? "60 minutes, the Sherpas of Everest." That looks cool. Patriots Ravens, about to start. Bougie, what's the deal? Quit your job yet? What's tomorrow's work uniform? Wife beater and socks? Fuck shoes. Just going to work in socks. You should get those toe shoes, just like where each toe goes in. Not the socks, the shoes. All right, 30's closing, yeah. Hello. Nothing doing. Oh, they already started. Ravens scored. But they're about to start. Haven't quit yet, but mentally I have. Oh yeah, you've checked out basically. You've checked out. I get you. Like you are not at that point where where they're gonna ask you to do something. You're gonna be like, maybe it would be better if I did this too. Nope. You've checked out. You're doing the bare minimum. I got a suggestion. It would be better for them. Nah, fuck that. I'm done. You don't even care to do a good job. You just do the job. Oh. Benny, go over, please. Come on. Give me a second, gang. I'm still here with you guys. I got my joint lit outside. We're waiting on something to set up and to not do anything stupid here. Take 5 minutes, take 10 minutes. There's gonna be no trades on this 15-minute candle. It's just we need a couple of more candles to print. The way it looks right now. Hold on, give me 1 second. I think I walked outside too, gang. It's starting to rain. What? That would have been a soggy joint. You guys know what I do with soggy joints. I got to turn that microwave on, light it like that. If you haven't seen that reel yet, go to my Instagram and scroll back a few. Rejected again. Okay, I will tell you this, gang. If this 30 flips, doesn't drive, and rebreaks highs, then we might have a sell stop. So it's got to flip bearish and bounce up immediately to re-break the highs. Watch it flip. If it can bounce back up immediately after it flips to re-break that high, I'll have a sell stop, because the next time it reflips and breaks that low, it'll drive down to support here. Just at the door. Welcome in. I bet it close, so I'd expect the slow to break. I just don't know if it'll bounce up. But if it does, then it makes our job easier. Watch the Jake Paul fight. Nobody? Who watched the Top G fight? I gotta tell you, I was entertained by the Paul fight. I was not entertained by the Top G fight. I don't know what that was. But I was entertained with I always wonder, what would Tyson have done in this era? Guys were tall, big, massive guys. But Tyson was also like good 30, 40 pounds heavier than Paul, right? At his peak, he was like also like 240. Joshua's a real boxer. He was going soft. I don't think he was going soft. I think he was just understanding the fact that if he gets rocked, that's his legacy. So he was like, I've got to make sure this shit don't happen to me. I think like Paul has the power to knock him out, because I think Joshua's got a weak jaw, right? He's got really a glass jaw from some of the hits like that he's gone down on. But kind of a common theme in the industry that Joshua's got a glass jaw. But so I think he was just scared of that. Like he doesn't want to be on the other. I remember the Ruiz fight. Yeah, what the fuck was that? But like on the other hand, he's that much bigger and better and stronger, and that's the way it should end it. AJ was getting coached low key by Usyk. Usyk is my guy, my favorite box, my dude, and he's from Ukraine. Like, plus he's mad funny. You seen him? You seen the interview that Usyk did about Paul and Joshua fighting? He was like, what did he say? He said Jake Paul is like a Honda, and Joshua is like a Rolls Royce. Or something like that. I was like, yo, Usyk is mad funny. He's just like, because his accent and the way he thinks and he's like translating it, it's just he's funny by nature, naturally funny. He's not even trying to be funny. He's just funny. Like Trump. Trump doesn't try to be funny. He's just naturally funny. God, we don't deserve that guy. Oh. Re-breaking the highs. I don't think we're going to re-break the lows here, gang. I think ATH on the way. Welcome to all the new people. If it's your first session with us, welcome. Glad to have you. Appreciate you locking in with us. Stick around. We're going to do a couple of giveaways. Going to give away 2 50K .1 futures accounts. And ideally get a W here, but as we're pushing right now, we need some structure formed. Like just pushing and pushing and pushing. I mean, at some point, the shit's gonna give birth to a gold brick. I mean, it needs to stop pushing and give us some structure. Push it to the limit. Yeah. Don't you know, bump it up. You got to bump it up. All right, come on. She on a run. 2 by 50? Yeah, we'll do 250Ks today. Kenny, where the fuck you at? Don't be. Why are you not? I get it. You're not. I know why you're not in the Zooms. You're fucking flipping out right now because the Lions lost. That was an ugly loss too, bro. That was an ugly loss. You guys should have took that game. Closing the night with 150 pips. My night hasn't started. Oh, you at work? All right, cool. December really cooking for you. Damn, Daniel. W. That's amazing. I mean, it's not amazing. It's a great thing. You shouldn't be amazed by it. This is shit you worked for. Got a crack in my screen. I don't know from what. I'm looking at it and I see a little crack. More people. More people. Welcome. Well, it's gotta be in. Welcome. There should be a few more people in here, but hey. Why are you growling? Yeah, most likely going to see the hourly through. I don't plan on taking any sell limits at this point yet. Although, 44. Really? $44.14 doesn't look bad, but wow, we are pushing up. We're right by all-time highs. We were just 300 pips away. We're like 70 pips away. Oh, 150. Gonna react here. 44.14. Oh, what the fuck is this? What am I moving? Oh, okay. Guess these are the levels. See what happens. On this JOB funding, amazing. You know what's good about that? Guaranteed payouts. They can't dip on you. All right, we're on to the last 15 of this hourly candle. Let's see if we pull back. That did close above, but maybe our level is just really old. Have it drawn better. Okay. I don't know. Not there yet. Maybe we come down here, form a support. If we end up driving down here to these areas, 43.94 areas, I'll be looking at a buy limit here, roughly a 30 stop. This if we come back down here another 300 pips or 200 pips. For now, looks like we're pushing. 12 minutes here for the hourly closure. Close your eyes and buy type of day, huh? Type of opening to the markets for the weekly, huh? But if you were in your sane mind, you'd understand you keep buying into these resistances to the left until 42.30, and then we have all-time highs. Or 44.30. More people at the Zoom door. You guys really filled it up today. Yeah, we'll do a giveaway in about 15-20 minutes here. We'll give away a couple of top one futures funded account. Hold on, give me a sec. I don't know. Run to the bathroom real quick. Broke all-time highs on spot. Not in here. We still got a ways to go over here. But my understanding would be if we're breaking all-time highs on spot, that's where the futures are going. That's where the futures contract is going. We're probably going to break 44.30. How we're going to do it is the question. Because we could have broken all-time highs on spot and come back in range and this doesn't break. Or spot continues driving and then this breaks later. Right? So it's just still arbitrary. I'm going to stick to one chart, you know. But nothing changes. We need structure. Look at this. We spoke about this a minute ago, right? The previous hourly pushed here. Not really a top, not really a bottom wick, just pushed. Next hourly gave you a bottom wick, but look at the 30 just pushed here with no bottom wick. So just massive bullish volume. It's good because you know what this does? This clears out a lot of range. This clears out a lot of levels. So whatever levels are going to be set after this, that's what you can go by, right? By the more recent levels, because cleared out all the orders that were here prior, right? Everything to the left, you basically cleared all these orders out. These levels will have to be reset. So I think New York session should be interesting. Do we have anything going on in the morning? Look. Tuesday. Prelim GDP 830 red folder, a bunch of orange folders. October data. Okay. This is when the government was shut down. They're dropping numbers to kind of catch up. And yeah, and then Wednesday, I think Christmas Eve, right? We got unemployment claims. We're trading Wednesday. You guys are the good ones. You guys are not part of the statistic. Top One Futures still has not activated my live account. We still have no activation. One minute here for the hourly close. Nothing really doing just yet. Oh, more people at the Zoom door. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome through. Have you? Whole team here tonight. Yeah, look at that. Like, I love it. Like, but everybody showed up. Like, last few weeks, it's been like partial here, partial there. Like, 20 of you showed 30. And the whole team out tonight, full force. Well, pretty much. Few people missing, but like, this is almost the whole team, and then some. And we're all here with no market structure. We're all just watching it push. You know, honestly, remember how bad this sucked? And then we were like, let's move. I take this over this right now. Because it's not that we're moving, we're also moving towards all-time highs and towards arbitrary levels, right? That don't really exist on the books yet. So I'd like to get away from here. Let me in. Ooh, few more people at the Zoom door. Oh. You guys just want the 50Ks. You hear about the Russian crypto scamming couple that got unalived from scamming people? Unalived is crazy. Unalived is a crazy expression. Here, go ahead. You guys are in there. We got 2 minutes here. No, what 2 minutes? What am I saying? We just closed. The hourly just closed. The spot 4 hour just closed. But for our purposes, go back to the levels we do have. We did mark up. 44.16 right off that level, right? Look, the initial time it rode up here heavy. And then it rode up here heavy, bounced off that level. We go currently. I think that's where we closed. Yeah, that's where we closed. So, oh, this song gotta go. Got to go. Scammed the wrong folk. They thought they were meeting some investors in the UAE and they watched each other be tortured to death. Where did you see this shit? Is there video? You read this? Because the tabloids got some like wild, imaginations, but they did get cooked. Oh, is there signs of torture? Were they in the same room and there's signs of torture? That's crazy. Is that what they said in the news? Russian couple unalived? Russian couple dead in the UAE. Roman Novak and Anna Novak. Show me the images. I don't understand, you're messing with people's money. I just Googled it. I just went Russian couple found dead, UAE. It's like, it's sad. It's not worth it. First of all, number one, you're screwing with other people and that shit comes back to you, right? Like, all that energy comes back to you, all the negativity. But like, you're messing with people and it's their money, it's their livelihood. Like, if they got kids, I will kill for money. You know what I mean? Like, if they got like family, if they're sick, like, you don't understand. You're messing with people's livelihoods. Number one. Number two, don't fucking scam people. Like, be a decent human being, right? Like, the world doesn't work if people aren't decent. If everyone's an asshole, the world does not fucking work. If none of us believe in anything, the world doesn't work. They're young, man. I saw the pictures. They're young. Yeah, I don't want to see it on YouTube. Found it. I just wanted to see their faces. I don't, like, maybe I knew them. Small world. I think New York session should be very interesting because we'll have some ranges, right? It's not just going to push for the next 6-7 hours straight. What's going to happen is it's going to print some ranges. And while it might do that on the 5 for us, right? The first ranges that form are really the 1 minute and the 5 minute ranges, right? The 15s will form because the smaller time frame says though they close sooner than, right, more and more often. These ranges will form prior to the 15s, but then you'll see the 15s starting to form at the same levels that some 5s do. And then you'll say, all right, you have a 5 and a 15 at this level. But then the 30 will throw all of that off. But then it'll come back and eventually close at a 30 and a 15 and a 5 level. And you're like, all right, that's a solid level. And now you're starting to build out, right? The smaller to the higher. And guess what? Eventually you'll go back down from the higher to the smaller to start to see where everything lines up in terms of entry. So you got to be patient. You got to give it time here. See us re-breaking down into this range. Might be a 4-hour position for us if we're thinking about it logically, right? The hourly's closed bullish here. The next hourly closes bearish. Down here, you're saying to yourself, that's a massive 4-hour, but we're going to need a bottom wick. If we get a top wick first, we can have some sells off a top wick before that 4-hour bottom wick forms to actually catch that, right? But we have to like catch that coming back into range. But first, we need a closure back into range that tells us, hey, price is coming back down in a range. We have enough volume to drive down. How do we have enough volume to drive down? Because we're going to close outside the range here on the bottom here. If we didn't, we wouldn't close below. It's not this candle. There's nothing doing on this candle yet. We need closures. We need attempts to come back up, failures, and then we can drive down. Or we can be part of that drive down. And if it comes down now, good. We'll have some buys later on at support. Fine. Buys will be better. Remember what I said. Usually when you push like this and you reach levels like that to the left and all-time highs, you usually don't break them immediately. You'll tap them, come down, and then find a support that breaks them. Maybe it's time to tap them and come down. All right, 5 minutes for this 15. There's going to be nothing doing just from a 15 candle. 30 candle, maybe we can do something, right? With a 15 closing now, the next 30 could break a low and just come right back up, and then you have an hourly pushing up with the previous hour, with the 4-hour bias, with the 1-hour bias, with the daily, weekly bias. Just be patient. What's that word? Anything you guys want to talk about? Any questions? Bro, they scam others. You're scamming everyone you know, bro. Why are you scamming in here? Bro, you don't go to Thanksgiving dinner and fucking start scamming people. You're like, all right, this is ripe territory. Yeah, this is definitely ripe territory. He'd be showing up at the Thanksgiving dinner going, you know what I heard about Bitcoin? Talking about these people really trust me. I think I could make a good amount of money. They really trust me. Yeah, you broke in, bro. you, you in the circle of trust. You guys ever watch Meet the Fockers? Gives a speech before going to Turkey. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna see this 15 close, right? If in 2 minutes it closes like this, for me, there is no sell on the break of the low just yet. I'm gonna need it to break the low and then a re-break the high, right? So we might see this candle do something like this and close like this. Then once it closes, I'll look for that because the 30 will look lovely, right? Break of the lows. At that point, the 30 looks like this back in range, right? So as you're taking that break of the low, 30 looks like this. As you're breaking the low here, this is solid, right? Breaking the 15, breaking the 30. If we get a, right? You might get a bullish candle here, right? If this is something we get, I'm going to look for a sell stop on the break of that low as well, because the 30 will close below range. The key will be, does this bullish 15 respect this area or close below? If it closes below it, we can look for the break of that low. If it closes above it, the only way we can have a sell is if this next candle does this and actually closes below. If it closes below, we can look for this sell down. For now, we have to wait. We're going to watch this 15 close in 1 minute, 60 seconds here. And then we're either going to watch the next candle fly up, break the highs, or we'll stick around in this range to attempt to sell for the 30 closure. Ish. But right now we need some liquidity. It's Christmas time. I'll be on the nerds. It's Christmas time. This is like 2 cavities before lunch. Amazing. I'm not going to put it back yet. I'm going to wait till the kids start crying. Where's the nerd? Fine. Fine. All right, 15 close below. I am not under the... Ooh, that 5 respected too. Yeah, I'm going to move this here. And move that away. This doesn't mean break a structure or anything, right? The 30 is open. Look at this. The 30 can flip, break highs, drive. Even if it breaks lows, right? The 15 can flip down here, breaks lows. That's just making a steeper bottom wick for 30. But if we can form a little smaller time frame range in here, by the time the hourly closes, which will be the 4-hour close, right? There's things going to be falling in line. Like I said, 4 hours going to need a bottom wick. The smaller time frames are going to close below the range. The hourly is going to give us a top wick. So we're going to, things are going to fall in line for that correction here down to get a bottom wick for the 4-hour. Or we're going to top out here and then, going to be a later trade or maybe a session trade. Right, because whatever we said we might be looking for on the 15 here might play out on the 30. Whatever we said we might be looking for on the 30 might end up playing out on the hourly. All right, nothing doing for me in terms of this pushing down or pulling up. So we have these 12 minutes at the very least to wait for. In years and nothing to show for. Regardless time of the year, Christmas. Yeah. All right, gang, let's do it. If you're on the YouTube side, hop over onto the Zoom side so we could run this giveaway. If you're on the Zoom side already, everyone do nothing but drop your name in the Zoom chat, please, and don't write anything else until we're done with the giveaway. Because it's gonna make my life to make my life easier. Just your name in the Zoom chat. I'll throw it into Chat GPT. A bunch of new names, bunch of new people. Yeah, I'm gonna give everybody about 5 minutes to do that as we see the 15 flipping bearish here. 30 still open. But you want in these situations, right? Because you understand that hourly was a massive bullish candle, right? Typically after a big candle, you'll see another heavy candle, but we've seen 3 in a row. You see first big candle, 2, 3. So at some point, if we don't see a big candle, we might see a small range form before an eventual push up, which I would expect, right? But will that push happen now, or will it happen with the 4-hour after we pull back a little, grab more orders on the next 4-hour bottom wick and come up? So what I want to do is before we take the trade, I want to give it that chance to push up. So we need a closure below the range. 15 gave it to us, right? To respect the resistance. We need multiple time frames aligning here. Well, the 30 is still open, right? That's the next one that can align, the 15 and the 30. The 1-hour, you understand, is still open and can flip bullish at any moment. But we could give it a chance to flip bullish now. It does so, doesn't drive, and then re-breaks lows. We're good to go. We're good to go on the sells off the 30 and the 15, and the hourly will make sense at that point. And we also understand the 4 hours printing right now, and the next 4 hours is going to need a bottom wick and a pullback, right? So if this attempts to push up now, re-breaks highs, and doesn't drive, it needs a pullback. And if it needs a pullback, it's going to have to leave a top wick, and it's going to have to print the bottom wick on the next candle, because we're going to be closing out this hour with bearish momentum, which means the next hour will open with bearish momentum before pulling up. So at that point, you see how a lot of things will align if we break highs here and then decide to start breaking lows on the following candles. So you build a narrative, and then you act on that narrative at the most optimal entry, at the best indication where that, where that narrative just says, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. This is what I'm doing right now. And someone type mine. Oh, they got you. Options, put your name. Waiting at the door? Don't you say so? All right. Gotcha. We waiting. Right, 225. Yeah, Kenny's name twice in there. It's all right because it'll give us a list of single entries before we run it. Thank you, Jay. Zoom door. Wait, more people? The doc is in. What about Dr. Holmes? He not in here? All right. Ain't that you, Dr. Holmes? All right, I think that's it. All right, let's close that out here. Everybody's name is in here. Oh. All right, gang, let's run it. Let's finish. Well, not much of a ratchet nickname, but okay. Everybody sees their name. Everybody sees their names. If anybody doesn't see their name, let me know. Oh, wait. Oh, that's wrong. Yo. Everybody see their name? Okay, Buzz. All right, give me who's not there. We have Jay, Paul, Lieb, DZ, Mila, Patrick, Romel, Mac, Trizaraf, Sam, Chris, Zero, Mariano, Hector, H Bass, all right, Matt, Michael, Zen, which is Yogi, Oleg, Maru, Jay, wait, Jay Turpy. Jay Turpy, this is Terp God. Okay, so we're missing J Mac, right? Where's Mac? Where do you see Mac attack? Well, there's no other Mac, so it's probably you. Buzz Joe Patrick. Super Turk. I just don't want him to have W's. Super Turk, right there. I see him, Patrick. Buzz and Joe. Joe, Buzz, Shells, Alibaba, man. Leap of faith. If you guys are in here twice, tell me. Don't be cheating. Options, Turpy. Jay's in here earlier. Maru. Everybody sees your name twice. Everybody in here. I feel like we have way more entries. All right, everybody in there, right? Wait, hold on. Let's see. How do we close here? First of all. Oof. Oof. No bottom wick, no range, right? So this candle that's open right now needs to print range before ever coming back down. Other than that, the hourly's just flipping bullish and you're continuing up. But man, you have a resistance here, so you can't take that position up until you get a closure above this resistance. So maybe this 15 closes above. The hourly is looking like this, and then we have a little more of a bottom wick, re-break the hourly highs. So then we're just riding with the hourly. I'm not taking it right now. I'm going to need this candle to actually close above this 15 level. And if it can do that, we can look for some buys on a break at a highs. But until then, let's get a winner. Show no breaks. Please. Funny, I'm saying please to a fucking bot. Randomly select one winner. No second place. All right, let's freaking do it. Yogi! Wait, I swear, dude, you just won. You're lucky this is a mod one. Did he win recently? He did win recently. W. Congrats, Yogi. Oh, I didn't do it on screen. You guys didn't see my screen. I haven't. I swear, no cheating. I know I'm doing. I forgot to move it back onto my screen. This is. See, I said please randomly select the winner. No second place. All right, you know what? I shouldn't have said your name, bro. I should have just redid it on screen because I think you've won recently and. Damn, I can't take it away from you now. Fuck it. We'll do two more. Fuck. Yeah, give me one. You won back to back? You won last week? Oh, you can't win this one right now. We gotta have it for these two. Right? If you won in the last 2 weeks, you shouldn't be able to win. I mean, we have one for the public, but like this doesn't go towards the public. I don't know. Fuck it. Let's run another one. Run. I did it on this screen, the main screen that's in front of me, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, yeah, like I'm streaming from here. All right, fuck it, run. Another one. Let's do it. Oh, a mother. Don't run a mother one. Hey, WJ Mac. And I say we do one more. Right? Because I said we're going to do two on stream, and one of them I fucked up. W. Congrats, gang. And run one. Let's do it. Let's do it. What do we have? Mila. Money Mila. I'm happy about that. That's a new person that's never won, I think. That's a new person that's never won. Amazing. All right, gang, drop me your... Can you guys drop your... Either your handle, your IG handle in here, or just give me your name and email, full name and email, but I don't know if you don't want everyone to see it, just give me your IG handle, and then DM me from that IG handle with your name and email. I mean, if you're new, if you're not new, and like, I think Yogi, just DM me. You've done it before. JMac, DM me. M Star, Nate, is Nate here, or Jay? Can one of you write that down? The M Star Girl for Instagram. So, Mila, DM me from that name on my IG with your full name and email, and we'll send you the account. All these are 50K, yeah. These are all 50K. 25K is for the public. You guys get the 50K. Although maybe we'll run some 50Ks, you know, later on. So 3 winners. You gave away 150K. I really was expecting to. Yeah. All right. Good job. Congrats, everybody. Congrats, you guys, whoever won. J-Mac hasn't won in a while. I think he won before. Mila's one of the new faces. low-key UK snake got lucky. Yeah, I mean, you show up enough times here, you all get lucky. Yeah, but nothing we can do here. You know, we saw that flip. Remember I said I would love for us to re-break highs, and at that point, if we break highs, the break of the lows looks great, but we cannot do it with no wick here. We can break the slow, come right back up. The fact that there's no wick here tells me there's no more range to head down. There's a reason we pushed heavily up above here. But if we're able to close below here with a wick, with a bottom wick, that changes things, and we could head down. Wrote every winner down. Thank you. Appreciate that. Just, yeah, if you can put down her IG handle. I know the other ones. Yeah, this looks like it's going to be the next 4-hour position. Just by the way we're printing. Remember I said if we end up printing a range here but respecting that resistance, let me put it back. Remember, if we end up printing a range but respecting that resistance, we're going to need this closure, right? That bearish candle that closes below. A lot will depend on how this candle closes. And if we're able to get this closure below, then we're going to look to head down for next hour. Something, right? Something like this. Entry here. But we got to wait for this to close. It's still worth showing up. You get a chance to win a 50K. One out of 40. 1 out of 50 here today. Oh, 1 out of 40. So your chances of winning were 3 out of 40. So like way better than the stream. 2 out of like 300. Yeah, you show up enough times. I think almost everyone here has won at least one. Unless you're new here, almost everyone here has won at least one. A lot of people won 2 or 3 times. Jay only needed one. He's like, yeah, I'm going to take this one, run it up, and then he got paid out, and now they won't sell him an account. Now he's got to fucking go live. That's crazy. He went live. They put you live before me. That's what. But you did buy a shitload of accounts. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I had a shitload of accounts that they took away as well. Forced to go live after getting paid 14. Yeah, I got paid a little more, but like I think that's just because of the last payout. And man, I'm gonna try to run that live up. That's the thing about it is it's only 15K, so it's either run it up or, you know, we blow it and I'll go back to getting funded. I mean, through top one. Our live account's still fucking boogieing over here. Rather go fund it with other companies, make a lot more. Yeah, just I hate doing the challenges, bro. Hold on a second, gang. You guys can chat if you want. Just give me a sec. That's the challenge, is about 2 to 3 days. Yeah, it's just annoying. Guys ever had a kimbap? All you need. It's basically a sushi taco called a kimbap. Where are my Koreans at? Last 15 of the 4 hour here. Excuse me. Five, no top wick. 15 is closed above the most recent, but you would need to break a high here. You have to break a high. There's only 22 pips to that resistance. I would really rather look for some sells the next 4 hour, and I think that's what we're going to do here. Look to see if the next 4 hour can bring us down. 14 minutes here. Gonna be really quick. Sorry, I didn't mean to eat in your face, but I'm starving, Marvin. So wait, are the Steelers in the playoffs? That's 9-6, but they got 2 more games. Outside is crazy. It was dumb windy. It was whistling, everything. And now it just got really quiet and still. And you know that's the calm before the storm, right? That's the shit that, like, all right, it's about to get really wild. You only got 2 hands, but if you get some more kids, you could automate the process, bro. Just have them fucking assembly line of, like, your people. Doing what you need them to do. All right, kids. After we win this trade, we're gonna build me a Lamborghini. It'll be 3D printing. All right, 15. Are we breaking highs? Bottom wick, yeah. 11 minutes. 4 hour candle. We need a top wick. And if we need a top wick, this needs to push back down. Not try. For a push up, it needs to break that high here. Not that break, keep going nowhere. Yeah, between fundeds, it would be probably really tough. This is interesting. If we get a bearish 15 here, but it respects 44.15, maybe bottom wick next candle and celery play here on a break of the highs. Put a 4 hour. We'll see. We'll see. Could go a few ways. 10 minutes here. Give me a second. We got 3.5 minutes here. Just talking with the kids about the cat. We missed the cat. They missed the cat. No chill with the fan. I'm a fan of Elucid. Big challenges. Team Pierogi. Well, it re-broke the highs after re-breaking lows. 5 celery here to come off. 25 pips to take advantage of. Like I said before, you know, you want to take, you know, 10% of a 200 pip range instead of, you know, 100% of a 20 pip range. A lot easier to do that. Hey, you guys are louder than me. I hear you guys in my headphones. Benny, down. Take him to the other room. Make sure he doesn't destroy the tree. Please. What's wrong with him? Oh, yo, oh, out. Oh, bro. Close the door. Thank you. Stacking gears. Started just breakdancing for a second, just twisting and turning. All right, 90 seconds here for the 4-hour closure. We've tapped the resistance here for the pot heads at 44.20. Right? 44.20. I mean, eventually, once we break this, they'll support it. But right now, the pot heads have pushed this down, this 420 level. 40 seconds here. I had to run at 9:30, remember I said, but I was really hoping to get you guys a W here on off the 4-hour, but it's just not looking like it's setting up for that. We wanted a respect to this level at 44.15.5. Then we wanted a closure below here, which would have brought us into 10.15, 10.30 trade. All right, we just closed. 4 hours closed bullish, right? The daily is bullish. We've been following that bullish trend. 4-hour closed bullish. 2-hour, 1 hour, everything's bullish. What's the difference here? 50. Much I'm interested in here. Hey, if you want a 50K tonight, please don't forget to DM me your info. Congrats again to Yogi, Baymac, Mila. We have a repeat offender, a repeat contender, and a new pretender. I don't know, they all rhymed. Don't get mad at me. Let's see what happened here on the 30. The market printed a support here. That candle wicked down here. It didn't drive up, but it did wick down into 44.11 after closing above 44.20, or at 44.20 right there. So but we get a pullback here to 44.11. Is also our support here. Not ideal. Want to see if we break this high or it pulls back down here. Yeah, gang, I think I'm gonna call it here. It's nothing for me to take. I needed to come back in a range, come back with structure, or break and retest something. It's gonna be a lovely New York session. I think there's gonna be a lot of setups in New York. So look how much range we just cleared out. Any kind of retracement is gonna be very simple to trade, but we just have not had any. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. Sometimes you gotta understand it's just as important to know when to step away as it is to know when to attack. I think in this case, for me, better to step back, to reevaluate New York session. I think it's first Sunday we don't get a trade in over a month, but it's all good. Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for New York session. I should be sometime between 8 and 8:30. I should be on. We're not gonna push into 8:45, 9 to start the stream. I think should be on pretty early. Yeah. See you guys tomorrow. If you're in the Signal channel, obviously most of you are in the Signal channel. Look out. There might be possible positions tonight if we end up setting up. If we push back a little with structure, I'm probably gonna be up tonight till around 1, 2 a.m. So probably midnight, 1 a.m. If I see something setting up, I'll call it. If something sets up earlier, I'll call it. All right, but I gotta go. I'm gonna go walk my dog, then put my kids to bed, and it's Christmas vacation for them. There's no school for them. Everybody just hanging out. Late nights for everybody. All right, congrats to everybody that won accounts today. I'll see you guys on stream tomorrow, and
Appreciate you, Wicks.
we'll get some more dubs. Absolutely. Thank you guys for rocking with me tonight.
See you, fam.
Have a good night, everybody. Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a good night.